One key question that I would ask everybody watching this programme is, what would you prefer to have? Would you prefer to have style or skill?
I think a lot of people would probably say style.
The world is drowning in style overload, in the sense that we look at a video of our golf swing and we're very much drawn into how it looks. The only thing really that's going to make any difference to your game is not the aesthetics of it, not how it looks, is whether you've got skill.
Sure.
And to me, the whole thing about skill is, if you think of golf, we're basically trying to solve a problem. We're trying to move a ball, an object, a golf ball, to a target. And the implement that we're using, obviously, is a golf club. So becoming very acquainted with the tool. Now, one of the things that really is very important for everybody to understand is how vitally important centered strikes are, especially with the longer clubs. You'll know yourself as a professional, Alex, you know, you can get somebody slightly off center with a driver, toe or heel, and it makes a massive difference to the ball flight, distance, everything. So learning to strike the ball, what may seem an obvious thing, learning to strike the ball out to the center of the club actually involves a different approach to learning. Because what I'm going to suggest is that rather than trying to get it right, we get better by feeling what's wrong.
Okay.
And this is the concept that you can apply to a lot of your learning, a lot of your game. It's what I call trapping the feeling. And the principle being, we've got 3 golf balls here. Now imagine, Alex, if you hit a shot and you could deliberately hit it out of the toe, and then you hit a shot and you could deliberately hit it out of the heel, if you have that amount of control over the club head, what could you also do?
Hit it out of the middle.
So by your system feeling toe strike, your system feeling heel strike, it's amazing then how we can actually home in on exactly what we want. So let's give that a go with the 3 golf balls. So
toe first?
It's great because you've got no pressure on a good shot whatsoever. No. So let's hit a shot, and I want you to, the key thing is with this, it's very important, is that you don't actually address the ball off the toe. You set the ball in the center of the club and then make it the swing, and you have to hit it off the toe with movement within the swing.
Perfect. So that's out of the middle. So I'm aiming to not the toe.
So you're setting it with the ball in the middle of the club, and you're going to strike it out the toe.
That was
okay. So nice heavy clunky sound. I would guess if we look at the strike there, yep, right on the toe end. So set up now, ball in the middle of the club,
and try and get out the heel.
And then now you're aiming to get it out the heel of the club.
That felt heely, a little bit fat, but definitely didn't feel a good middle strike.
Certainly not out the middle of the golf club, was it? Did it feel as though it was out the
Yeah, a little bit.
Was out the heel? Okay, hit me one more, getting it out the heel, so we can sense that.
Yeah, that was
definitely out the heel.
It didn't feel very nice.
So, as we said, the principle being, if you can hit it deliberately out of the toe, and you can hit it deliberately out the heel, what does that suggest you had the capability to do within the swing?
Control club face and path.
Control the club face. By placing your attention on this implement, this tool, it's amazing how we can actually influence what it does. Rather than getting bound up in too much of what our body's doing, how am I using the tool to apply force to the golf ball? So let's hit another one, Alex. One more shot. Right out the middle.
Nice that.
How did that feel?
Really nice, compared to the other 2 feelings.
So it really is a key point of not being afraid to feel what we would perceive to be wrong. Most people are standing there trying to get it right all the time, and actually, oh, I hit it out the toe, I hit it out the heel. Well, if we're actually doing that deliberately, it opens up a completely different envelope of learning. Now, one other thing that you can do with this to develop your skills is use the same principle with the path that you swing the club on, or the face that you swing the club on. So what I want you to do on these next bunch of shots, Alex, with this principle, okay, so we've got our target just in front of us here.
Yep.
Okay, I want you to make sure that you make your normal golf swing, but sense that the golf club is going to be delivered with the face pointing slightly to the right.
That's right, okay. definitely to the right.
Definitely to the right. Okay. Same again, we've got the target, but I want this face delivered, the face pointing to the left.
Yep, definitely to the left.
To the left.
I guess straight away understand now from like kind of me doing this, I'm really aware of what this is doing.
The whole process of learning is about one word, and that's attention. What we put our attention on, we open up. Now, if you've never, isn't it crazy that we could play a game where we never have our attention on the very thing that we use? I would imagine most cricketers are very aware of what the bat's doing. A tennis player would be very aware of the racket. With golf, we tend to put our attention almost anywhere other than the thing that we're actually using.
Sure.
So with that, as you said, your awareness is very much about the club head. Okay, now let's make a swing and see if we can embrace the principle, which is trapping the feeling.
Yeah. Really nice that.
And you just split the middle there, haven't you?
Strike, line, trajectory, exactly what I'd imagine for a nice shot.
And you know, Alex is obviously a very good player. He's obviously got a developed swing, but this would apply to any level of the game. Even somebody in the early days, if you can sense, you know, the number one thing that the golf ball responds to is the club face. You know, all the launch monitors tell us that. So to have an awareness of what the face is doing, but not to be afraid of making a mistake, using the word mistake, is we actually embrace it. We actually embrace being able to feel what the face is doing to go to the right, what the face is doing to go to the left. And it's a principle of learning. You think about how we manage to, one of the most complex things human beings do is walk.
Yeah.
Now a baby doesn't learn to walk by getting it right.
No.
A baby comes up from the crawling position, falls to the left, falls to the right, falls to the left, falls to the right. Eventually the brain organises somewhere around the middle ground. So the whole principle of trapping the feeling, you know, you can use it for so many parts of the game, but all of a sudden it's real quality practice.
So would you suggest doing those two things, out the toe, out the heel, out the middle, then face open to the path, face close to the path?
Face close to the path. You can then you can work on the path itself. You know, you're only limited by your own imagination with this, but that principal concept of trapping the feeling just opens up a different pathway to learning.